All right, guys. So I shot like 4 videos to be part 3, and I had to literally cancel all of them. I just kept getting interrupted so many times, and sometimes it's in the middle of the video, sometimes it's at the end of the video, and it was just like hilarious, hilarious things. So I just couldn't, I didn't have the courage to go ahead and go through with it and upload them because they were just very funny interruptions. Without further ado, so I've explained my theory on why they don't want a margin call scenario with this play or with what's going on. Because again, their plan all along was to have it their way and have the uh, the so-called squeeze be very manageable, and that way they could get whatever they want. They've gotten all this money throughout this whole year and a half. I mean, let's make it make sense. Do you think that a year and a half worth of waiting and so millions of people paying, do you think that 1, 2, 3 days or a week or even 2 weeks can pay out the justification or whatever whatever people paid out and lost throughout a whole year and a half? Of course not. That's why they don't want no margin call situation, and that's the one and only thing that they fear is a catastrophe for them, not for us, for them to have a case of margin call. And again, like guys, it doesn't matter who this blue eyes or whatever his name is, blue eyes, and this Lou, and then their whatever their friends and all that stuff. It doesn't matter, like the big like institutional investors as well. That all that stuff matters when they have majority of the float. But if the people own majority of the float, retail owns majority of the float, then we have the mantle. So I'm not encouraging anyone on holding to crazy numbers or whatever number. I don't know what is a crazy. I mean, a million is probably right, and a million could be crazy. 100,000 could be smart, and it could be dumb. Who knows? 100 or $2 could be smart, and it could be wrong. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, guys. I'm not giving financial advice. I'm just speaking my mind and the way that I encrypt all this, decrypt all this stuff, that are happening. So again, no margin call. That's what they don't want. We want a margin call, because margin call happens, nothing is managed about this thing, and prices that you could never imagine would become a reality. Now, there's a dark horse in this play that I keep my eyes on, and today I had to open up my eyes even bigger. KOSS, it literally only had 47,000 or 46,000 in orders that was traded, and the stock, I understand, it only has about 6 million, float, a float of 6 million, but it is so easy to squeeze that guy, since over 40, I think it's over 40 to 50% is owned by retail, as far as what is reported by some of the charts and some of the systems. So maybe somebody in here could, send out in the comment section, could put out exactly what is the shorted amount of shares, or FTDs in this case, on cause. But keep your eye on that. I'm not saying go invest, guys, or do anything stupid. I'm saying keep your eyes on it. Remember, throughout my videos, if you're part of this channel and this community, guys, you know that I keep encouraging keeping your eyes open on everything. And at the same time, try to understand everything that is being put out there. Literally everything. Whatever is coming out as far as news, recycle through it. You might get something that's good, that benefits your strategy or what you're after. If not, I mean, it's going to the trash anyways. So yes, that's a dark horse, I believe, and that's a very interesting one, because there's also no options to manipulate that play. So that also could explain why it was such a very short day on it. It just had a loss of 1%, but that's it. Also, as on the time of me shooting this, Clove was already down about 7%. So that 23% that it gained on the day, that I was telling you guys on the video from yesterday, it already lost a third of it. basically already lost 7% of that in the pre-market, and I'm anticipating or thinking, I hope not, guys, but I think that the same thing that happened to OCGN and SPCE a few days back will happen with Clove as well, because again, it's just money, money, money. Try to make as much money, and this is amazing, guys. Like not the fact that they're battering these stocks up. I know what it psychologically is causing to you and others, but you shouldn't look at it that way. They are literally really working really hard, guys. I mean, if you don't see it, look at it. The market, every article is even saying that the markets have not been this volatile in forever. The reason why this is happening is because there's a lot of money being shifted. That's what volatility is. There's a lot of money being shifted in between stock A to stock B to cryptos back down. Crypto, you've seen it yesterday. It had a crazy dump in the pre-market hours. Down like crazy, like Dogecoin and Shiba were down like 13% at some point, 14%. Bitcoin went down like 8-9% at some point, and Ethereum even more, like 9-10%. And they somehow throughout the market, they gained that money back. Look at how backwards this whole thing is, like how the market we flipped, literally, we are responsible for flipping the market upside down, because when the market is open, that's when cryptos is very dead. There's no movement, there's nothing, because everybody, or a big percentage, is trading on the stock market. Normally the crypto markets are really, really moving, and it gets a lot of traction after 4, after closing hours, after 8, and when the Asian markets open and the European markets open. So like if you do a lot of crypto trading, you know what I'm talking about with this part, as far as the timings and all that stuff, and how the crypto market moves. But today, throughout the market, the regular market hours, it was going up. And it moved up, not little, it moved up a lot. In the same time, now we see that it's losing that traction, and it could be a possibility for either a bouncer up to go even higher, or to dump back down even more over the weekend that's coming up. We're going to see, because if it dumps even lower, that means they're really draining that reservoir. If it goes over throughout the weekend, then we know that we're in for another week of battering up from these guys, because they have replenished their crypto banks. They've gotten what they needed from the stock market. They put it there, and it's on safe hold throughout the weekend, and they'll go back to work again on next week. So if that doesn't tell you, or doesn't make you encouraged, then I don't know what will. Like, they are really working really hard, guys. Like, they're working really hard to do. What are we doing? We're just, okay, some of us are just literally nonstop watching the lines and, the charts and whatever. But if that's what you like, then you shouldn't be upset. Like, I love watching the charts and watching the lines and all this stuff. It's just almost an addiction for me. I have to see it, and hey, I'm doing it anyways, but what am I losing at the time? I'm just holding. They are the ones who have to prevent a catastrophe in their ranks and on their books. So they're constantly moving so much money from this index to this ETFs, to these cryptos, to these stocks, short this, pump that. Well, and guess what comes to an end? The synthetics. So if they don't figure out, or if they don't bleed as much money now, when the rules go into effect, these guys will get margined like very fast. So that's what they're doing right now, is they're trying to make a system, or engaging into making as much money to make them last as much as possible. And in that time, they're gonna keep pushing out as much FUD as about realistic numbers and bracketology, to try to make sure that, hey, I'm gonna keep fighting over here. I'm gonna hold my ranks, but in the same time, I know I'm not gonna be able to hold forever. So therefore, I'm gonna try to get them to break their ranks. If they break their ranks, then it's okay. I'm fine. At least we survived. If that makes any sense to you guys, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, pushes it out to more people, share it on other platforms, and if you have any questions, send it my way, put it in the comment section, and much love to the community and the rest of the ape family.